The British Empire didn't literally rule the entire world, but it came closer than any other empire in history. Stretching across continents and lasting for centuries, it became the largest empire ever known. Map zooming in on Great Britain. Britain's geography played a critical role in its success. Being an island nation meant fewer threats of invasion and clear natural borders. That isolation also allowed it to focus outward, towards exploration and expansion. Ocean routes and ships leaving England. Its location made sea travel easier. With access to the Atlantic and North Sea, Britain could launch expeditions and reach distant shores without the complications of crossing hostile land borders. Royal Navy ships. But geography alone wasn't enough. Britain poured resources into building one of the most powerful navies in history. By the 18th century, the Royal Navy dominated the seas thanks to superior investment in ships, weapons, and strategy. Trading ports and bustling docks. Trade, not conquest, was at the heart of British expansion. Colonies like those in North America and the West Indies became part of a growing commercial network. By the mid-1600s, British colonies enjoyed exclusive rights to trade in British markets using only British ships. Parliament passing laws, ships at sea. The 1651 Navigation Acts formalized this system. Colonies could only import goods from Britain and export back through British ships, cementing economic dependence. British East India Company trading with Asia. In Asia, the British East India Company opened trade routes with India, Southeast Asia, and China. Initially dealing in spices, the company expanded to tea, silk, opium, and more. Eventually, it became a powerful political force, especially in India. Global map showing growing British control. Driven by a hunger to dominate global trade, the British Empire spread across Europe, Asia, Africa, Australia, and the Americas. Unlike other empires that led with armies, Britain often began with trade outposts, though it wasn't always peaceful. American Revolution battle scenes. Britain fought many wars, with the Dutch, the Spanish, and most famously, with its own American colonies. The American Revolutionary War led to the loss of the 13 colonies in 1783, forcing Britain to rethink its imperial strategy, Australia being colonized. Attention turned to Asia, Africa, and Australia. After Captain Cook claimed Australia for Britain in 1770, it became part of what many historians call the Second British Empire. Battle of Plassey and Indian conflicts. In India, after the Battle of Plassey in 1757, British control expanded rapidly. Wars with Mysore, annexations of regions like Sindh and Burma, and the infamous Doctrine of Lapse all fueled their grip on the subcontinent. Sepoy rebellion imagery. This heavy-handed rule led to rebellion. In 1857, Indian soldiers, or sepoys, revolted against British authority. Though the uprising was suppressed by 1859, it marked a turning point. The British Crown dissolved the East India Company and assumed direct control, lasting until 1947. African continent with European flags. In Africa, Britain sought to build trade routes from Egypt to South Africa. Competing with other European powers, Britain secured large parts of the continent after the Berlin Conference of 1884, eventually ruling over 30% of Africa's population. Empire at its height. World map highlighted in red. At its peak, the British Empire controlled between 22 to 25% of the world's land and governed about 20% of its population. A stunning achievement built not just on war, but on geography, maritime dominance, and global trade. British flag waving, ships at sea, and fading map. Though the empire has long since dissolved, its legacy still shapes the world today. A reminder of how one island nation rose to global power.